Atishi would take one view, someone else can take another view, because there's so much that was promised. Probably they promised too much. But if your yardstick is the larger promise, and the promise was not only Bijli Pani, I think the real promise was honest governance. The real promise was honest politics. The real promise was changing the rules of politics. And on that, Rajdeep, and I speak with as much, I hope, objectivity, as I said in saying they were positive on several things, I think it's nothing short of betrayal. I mean, any other word would be a mistaken word for that. It is a betrayal of the promise of honest politics.
Betrayal of the promise of honest politics. And what are you basing this on? The fact that Jitendra Tomar, the law minister, had to resign? The fact that we've had another minister whom the Aam Aadmi Party themselves in a press conference forced him to resign after alleged corruption? Are you saying that that in itself is enough to say that the Aam Aadmi Party has betrayed their promise that they would provide corrupt-free government?
Not just that. These are minor symptoms. The way the party responded to situations of this kind, the way the party leadership has just lied through its teeth, that they can come on television and public fora and just utter plain lies. For example, on Jan Lokpal bill, to say that this is the same bill of 2014. I mean, like it or dislike it, you can say it was better than 2014. But to say that it was the 2014 bill is a plain lie. There are lies being said, the kind of, or to, earlier you say your MLAs will take half the salary than this. You raise it fourfold. I mean, for heaven's sake, hold your Mohalla Sabha not on odds and even, hold your Mohalla Sabha on this. So the real promise, I mean, I say, let's grant this government benefit of doubt on lots of governance related issues. Let's be as positive as we can be in assessing. But the central government is not forcing you to tell lies to the people.
I want to settle this corruption issue, because corruption was central to the Aam Aadmi Party.
Let me say something on corruption.
No, because I've got a number. I know you're worried about putting numbers out, but let me put this number out, because I think it will give a sense. Has awareness about corruption improved in people? 59% in our survey said yes, awareness about corruption has increased. No say 36%. 5% say can't say. Has corruption reduced in the last 1 year? 51% say it has reduced. 36% said it has the same as before, and only 10% said it has increased. So clearly from a public perception point of view, there is a feeling that the Aam Aadmi Party has done more than the Congress Party or possibly the BJP in Delhi when it comes to corruption. Are you willing to give them that concession?
Rajdeep, I had not looked at your figures, but I wrote an article yesterday which I sent you a copy. It's not published. And I've actually said this much. I have said that actually at the ground level in Delhi, the corruption appears to have gone down. For that, let us not credit any party, any government, any helpline, anything of that kind. What happens is when a party comes on the plank of anti-corruption, which is preceded by such a big movement. Remember, on the 49 days of Aam Aadmi Party government, there's a complete terror among those who wanted to, to do something corrupt. So that has emboldened the citizen. That has, so awareness has gone up. And among those who want to play dirty and hanky-panky, there is still a sense of fear. So that echo persists for some time. We would now get to see whether the government also contributes to this positivity.
Okay, let's settle this. Has corruption, Atishi, you were smiling when Yogendra ji was pointing out, he claimed that maybe petty corruption has gone down. Maybe. That's the perception. But he, I think, in a sense, to use his words, says, politics of corruption is the betrayal of people. Politically, when you look at corruption, you believe the government has betrayed, he believes the government has betrayed the people.
We use the word corruption for lots of things. We use the corruption for people taking bribes.
Yes.
We use the word corruption for people lying. We use corruption for very unethical politics. Corruption in terms of petty bribe being taken on the ground has gone down. Definitely it has gone down.
So what has gone up then?
1 year. What has gone up is just plain immoral ethical politics, which what is difference between Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress and BJP is they are corrupt. They have been very corrupt, except that for the last 10-15 years they have stopped pretending that they are not. In Aam Aadmi Party, the pretensions have gone up.
Quick responses to what you have heard. First you, Atishi, and then I'll get the Congress and BJP to respond.
I think in many ways there's a lot of paradoxes in what Yogendra ji is saying. I think there's clearly some things that are mutually contradictory, because on the one hand you're saying that corruption has gone down, on the other you're saying that it's not. I think that let's go by what we have in front of us. I think the people of Delhi are clearly experiencing the fact that corruption has gone down. Why has it gone down? It has gone down because of the government in power, whether our former colleague is willing to admit it or not. I think that the fact that there is a government which is pursuing cases, which is going after anyone who's doing corruption, which is ready to suspend senior officers, which is ready to sack one of its own ministers, does clearly give a message right from the top to the bottom that corruption will not be tolerated. And I think it is precisely this messaging that actually reduces corruption on the ground. So I sort of find it difficult to reconcile that you accept that there is no that corruption has reduced on the ground, but you're saying that the message is not.
No, I'm just wondering.